guys, so today I want to work again on the VFR800, and despite those areas that I know that are in dire need of attention, and I know, we need to fix those things. I want to actually focus in some of those areas that you might not be paying a lot of attention in your bike, so for example, in this particular VFR800, I'm talking about, these areas, like the protective shield, protecting the actual master from the heat of the exhaust, or maybe this cover right here that is just covering, some of the inner parts when you have all of the plastic in place, as well as, the same plastic on the other side, and also the chain guard on this left side of the bike. So, there's seen better days, and of course I can do better just kind of cleaning the bike, which I'm waiting on some solvents in order to fix that. But I want to bring this back to life, and I want to try a few different things in order to make it look better. But essentially, once these things look black like they used to be, this is no longer going to be taken away from the look of the overall bike that it's in pretty decent shape, besides the fact that I have some scuffs and dings and like marks that I have to fix on the actual fairings. So I want to try a couple things today that I want to use in order to fix this bike and make it look better. So just invite you to come with me, and let's just get to it. All right, so with this part, I decided that I wanted to just do a little bit of a cleanup, and even though it's something that's going to be in the back and of the master and the rear peg, I'm still thinking that the best choice is maybe to powder coat it, which I can do easily, but there's a lot of like surface rust in here, so I'll have to spend at least, most concerning for me is just this part. This is the one you can see from the outside, but it still has to be like thoroughly cleaned. So no matter what, even if I end up painting it versus powder coating this part, I'm still gonna have to remove the grommets. I'm just gonna remove this. There's a small spacer in here, and then another grommet in here, because you don't want those to get damaged. And then let's just remove this side. Actually, push this one to this side so you can pull it out, and then we remove the grommet. And now any solvents or any sandpaper or anything is just not going to be affecting or damaging the grommets that are important just to stay in place. All right, cool. So you have seen me paint in this channel before, so there's, this is not a tutorial. I'm just going to be covering this part, normally like 3 phases, maybe 30%, 50%, 80%, and maybe 100% coverage. All right, so I now have, this is the plastic side for the right side of the bike. So I can easily just, take this, sand it down, paint it, and it might come out super nice, and I can just put a couple like, coats of like clear just to protect it and ensure that pans rubbing against this is not going to damage it or whatever. But I think I would just want to clean it up and maybe use a heat gun, because I've seen a lot of people fixing these things with a heat gun. Of course, you always run the risk of not knowing how hot is too hot, and then just melting the part and then damaging the part forever. So based on that, I think I'm gonna take my risk just for a quick second, and see how it comes out after I clean it. And if it doesn't work like that, then we just go the traditional way and try to restore it by sending this part down and then just painting it. All right, cool. All right, so with the part now clean, I'm just gonna speed up the process of drying the part with the heat gun, like super quick. And then I'm just gonna test maybe this flat area right here, to see if we manage to change, how it looks, and if we manage to restore the sheen or the actual part, the actual black sheen that part used to have when it was new, without having to use any abrasive, sandpaper or anything like that. All right, so now that the top is dry, let's just give it a try and see if we can restore the sheen, this upper part, this part right here. All right, this is crazy. It almost looks like I'm actually painting the part, and it's slowly restoring. Of course, now that it's getting a little bit colder, the sheen is going a little bit away, but you can tell that it looks way better. I know there's a little bit of a glare of the light, but still, I think it looks better compared with this part right here, like this portion right here that it's like almost white. So let's give it another try. I don't know what the actual scientific explanation is. I'm not sure, maybe it's bringing out the oils, or it's just melting the part without deforming the part, like the plastic, for example, and that's how all of a sudden it's just becoming like very shiny and kind of exposing new layer of plastic. Maybe overthinking this, but I'm comparing this to, let's compare to this right here. I think it looks a little bit more maybe uniform. I think it looks blacker. I know I have a lot of light from the outside, and also I have my video light, I guess, in here. But you can tell that if you see this corner right here, this corner I have not hit with the heat. So it's like white. That's not a reflection. That's actually the plastic, just white. And this looks way more black. And if I compare it to this one looks like this color, like almost turning gray, similar to this one. And actually, I don't think this one was as bad as the chain guard, but I mean, it looks blacker. The one thing I like about this, rather than just painting the part, is the fact that it's almost making the part look like the part was originally, instead of just adding a coat of paint, which is gonna make it look nice, but it's not how the part was. I'm not saying that I'm into purity, I'm just saying. So let me do something. Let me just put this on the side, and let's go and do this small portion right here of almost of the tail of the chain guard, without, of course, I don't want to hit the chain, the tire, nor these lines. Of course, those are my brake lines, so I don't want to mess up with that. So I'm just gonna do this corner right here, and that way we can probably have, I'm not gonna be doing like a 50-50, but at least just I can just stop in this area, and we can probably compare this versus this, and maybe that will be a good scenario. And for reference, this is the part that I just did. I guess I can go back to the video and see how we started, because honestly, being very honest with you, I don't even remember. But I can tell that it was kind of getting discolored just like this one. So if I can manage for this piece to stay like this for a long time, I mean, I mean, this is actually pretty good. Of course, it's a little bit risky because you can't be, burning through the part, and you just have to be careful. But I mean, yeah, it's actually pretty decent. I like it. Yeah. So let's do something. I might paint the other side, and I might just use this as a test mule. And I don't know, maybe I just install this one the way it is right now. Let me go to the other side of the bike, and maybe when I see it against the bike, I might convince myself that it's actually looking better than it was before. And I actually, I think I can probably say that. Now that I see it where it used to be, I think it's definitely looking better. Actually, I got it wrong. So it will go like this. Oh, forgot that I have to point the camera. So it will go like this. So holes are lining up right now, and like this. So, I mean, we just take a step back. Keep that in mind when you look at it. And now let's go to the other side and see how old and dingy this one looks like. So I actually think this is actually pretty effective. I mean, if you can keep it like that for a while, I think it's actually pretty decent. I like it. Cool. So let's just now get the other part and get painted so I can put this back together and at least just give it a little bit of a makeup to the bike. All right, so I just finished cleaning this, and of course the only risk with this part is the fact that I might have to remove the stickers, since they might come out after I start applying heat, but that's okay, no worries. I mean, I can remove them. I don't really care about keeping the stickers or like being concerned about when to replace my chain because I don't have the stickers. So one thing I wanted to mention is this is the new the way it is right now. Even after cleaning the part, you can tell like the water or any solvents did not remove the new sheen that we achieved with the heat. So that's good. That's awesome. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start heating all the part, and hopefully we come out with a nice result. All right, so if you remember the nasty piece that we used to have in here, so this is how it looks now. So I just didn't get a chance to do the powder coating I wanted because I don't have the ability to get an oven right now. But I think it actually came out super nice. So I mean, this is awesome. So I'm just gonna go ahead and install this one, and we're just gonna continue making progress. All right, so now the last part, this is the plastic that's covering the left side where the keyhole is. So there is definitely a lot to do, and I have to fix the fairing like I've talked to you guys about, previously, some areas in here as well as some areas in here where, the bike was dropped apparently at some point, of course. It wasn't under my possession, so I'm just, best guess. So long story short, man, you can argue with, you know, the ability to be able to see something like this in the back where you're just covering all that, you know, dirty areas, you know, inside of the engine, which I'm actually going to be spending some time kind of cleaning. But you know, this looks so much better than the piece of, you know, full of rust that I had before. And then if you look at this, of course, don't look at this, just look at this, man. You see, I mean, it almost brought it back to, you know, old glory. You know, almost, if it's not because he's, you know, has some scratches and stuff, which I can fix in the future by doing a little bit of a sanding and then using the heat gun again. I'm just excited to see for how long this is gonna stay like that, and if I have to kind of, you know, retouch it again and reheat the part so it comes back to the same type of like OEM black that you can get from this finish by, you know, applying some heat. So and then this is the biggest thing. I'm not sure if you remember, there's a lot of like light kind of, you know, pointing from different areas, but if I show you from here, this is essentially what I'm looking at when I'm looking in front of the bike, or actually in you know, face to face with the bike. So it went from like being completely silver, almost like gray, to actually now being, you know, completely dark, only with the heat after, of course, you know, cleaning the part. And then I did the same with this one, so it almost, you know, brought it back to, you know, normal black again, which looks, you know, pretty OEM like this part was before. So all in all, I'm actually pretty excited about it. I mean, I'm excited about being able to do this type of, you know, small modifications and small things to the bike. If you look at this from this side of the bike, man, that looks awesome. That used to be, you know, completely gray. I'm just gonna continue, you know, cleaning this bike, and I'm gonna try to aim to make it better and better every time. And you know, this bike for me was a super huge bargain. So I bought it super cheap. So I had intentions of actually spending some time and money on it, kind of, you know, little by little, kind of bringing it back to old glory. And I think I'm on the right path to kind of do that. So next thing is fairings. So I just have to, I make the decision, and I'm not going to be buying fairings. I'm just going to be fixing these. So those, you know, that's a video coming up where I'm actually gonna, you know, bring them down all the way up to, you know, bare material, and then I'm just gonna paint them at home. So if you are having some issues like this, don't feel discouraged. Like you are not gonna be able to, you know, have a bike that looks decent again, and you can actually just, you know, learn a couple skills and actually do it yourself and feel proud about, you know, what you accomplished. So anyway, thank you a lot for, you know, watching this video. It was amazing actually just to be able to, you know, work on those small details. And so I hope that you know, learned something with me today, or at least just I was able to entertain you. If you have any questions or any suggestions about, you know, helping me to bring other parts, you know, back to old glory, besides cleaning the bike and the swing arm and whatnot, which I'm going to do pretty soon. Anyway, I like it a lot. I hope that you are enjoying this too, and you're coming along with me in how bringing this bike, you know, back to its old glory. And I'm super happy that we can, you know, bring it here. So anyway, I just hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that I'm encouraging you to do the same, so you can spend some time on your bike and kind of polishing up some skills and kind of gaining new skills, at the same time just feeling super, you know, proud about what you're, you know, accomplishing. So thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and if you have any questions or any comments, I'll be super happy to reply back to you. Just leave a comment in the comment section below. Thank you.